There are 4 classes going on a field trip. Miss Nelson's class has 24 students, Mrs. Izzo's class has 32 students, Mr. Dunford's class has 23 students, Miss Rowland's class has 26 students, Miss LaRusso's class has 25 students. There are also 11 adults going on the trip. Each van has enough seats for 9 people. What is the fewest number of vans needed to carry everyone going on the field trip? Well, first, we need to figure out how many people are going on the field trip. So I am going to add Miss Nelson's students plus Miss Izzo's students plus Mr. Dunford's students. I'm just going to chunk these 3 together and add these together first. I know that 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 3 is 9. I know that 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 2 is 7. So with Miss Izzo, Miss Nelson, Miss Izzo, and Mr. Dunford's class, we have a combined number of 79 students. Now I'm going to go ahead and add Miss Rowland's class, Miss LaRusso's class, and the adults. So Miss Rowland has 26, Miss LaRusso has 25, and there are 11 adults going on the field trip. Well, I know that 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 plus 6 is 12, 2, 4, 6. So with Miss Rowland's class, Miss LaRusso's class, and the adults, we have a total of 62. Now we need to add these 2 subtotals together to get how many people are going on the field trip. I know that 9 plus 2 is 11. 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 7 is 14. So there are 141 people going on the field trip. Each van has enough seats for 9 people, and we want to know what is the fewest number of vans needed to carry everyone going on the field trip. To figure out how many people are going on the field trip, we need to divide. We have 141 divided by 9. There are 141 people. We need to get them onto vans, and each van seats 9 people. So we're trying to figure out how many vans do we need. 141 divided by 9. Well, I know that 141 is my dividend. It's the biggest number. Your dividend is going to go inside the box. And I know that 9 is my divisor because that is what I am dividing by. And remember, our quotient is the answer to the division problem, and it'll go on top. I also need to write divide, multiply, subtract, bring up, and I need to write my multiples of 9 because we're dividing by 9. 9 times 0 is 9. Oh, not 9. 9 times 0 is 0. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 5 is 45. I'm going to stop right here at 9 times 5. I might have to come back and add to that, but I might not. So we'll divide and see. Our very first step is to divide. I need to know how many times can 9 go into 1 without going over. So I'm going to look for 1 over here on my multiples list. Well, I see 9. 9 is bigger than 1, so I need to go back up to the 0. So 9 can go into 1 0 times. Check, we just divided. Oh, I forgot to write my multiplication sign right here. After we divide, we are going to multiply. We just wrote this 0, so we're going to multiply 0 times 9, which is 0. Check, multiplied. Next, we are going to subtract. 1 minus 0 is 1. Check. Next, we're going to bring up. We're going to bring up this 1, and it makes this 4 of 14 now. Check. We just brought up. Now we need to go back up to divide. How many times can 9 go into 14 without going over? Look for 14 over here on our multiples list. I see 0, 9, 18. 18 is bigger than 14. I need to go back up 1 to 9. 9 can go into 14 one time without going over. Check. Now we need to multiply. 1 times 9 is 9. Check. Now we're going to subtract. 14 minus 9 gives us a difference of 5. Check. After we subtract, we bring up. I'm going to bring up this 5. It makes this 1 of 51. Check. We need to go back up to divide. How many times can 9 go into 51 without going over? So we're going to look for 51 over here on our multiples list. Oh, I'll only go up to 45. So I do need to add some more to my list. So 9 times 6 is 54. Oh, 54 is bigger than 51, so I need to go back up to 45. I know that 9 can go into 51 5 times without going over. Check, we just divided. After divide, we need to multiply. I just wrote this 5 up here, so I'm going to multiply 5 times 9. 5 times 9 is 45. Now we need to subtract. 51 minus 45 gives us 6. Check. Next, we need to bring up. There is not a column to bring this 6 up to, so it becomes our remainder. So we have a remainder 6. 141 divided by 9 gives us an answer of 15, remainder 6. Let's look back at our question. Each van has enough seats for 9 people. What is the fewest number of vans needed to carry everyone going on the field trip? Let's think about that. Well, I have 15 completely full vans, and then I have 6 students left over. They're not on a van yet. They're just standing outside. Do they not get to go on the field trip? Of course not. They get to go on the field trip too. We need to get another van. So we need to add 1 to our quotient. When we add 1 to our quotient, which is 15, we'll get 16. So the fewest number of vans would be 16. What would the answer be if the question said, how many completely full vans are there? There are 15 completely full vans. What if our question said, how many students are left over? What would our answer be? 6 students are left over. That is our remainder.